Hey friends, welcome back to another children's sermon. My name is Becca. For those of you who are new here, welcome. And for those of you who are coming back, it is good to be with you again. Okay, so this week we're going to read our gospel, and it comes from the book of Mark. Anybody remember what testament Mark's in? That's right, it's in the New Testament. And do you know what makes Mark special? That's right, it's a gospel. So we have Matthew and then Mark and then Luke and then John. So those are the four gospels and Mark is the second one. But did you know that people think Mark was written first? So Mark is a shorter gospel and they said that it was written first. So it's pretty exciting. So we're going to read it, but we're going to read it in a special way. So what I want you to do is while I read it, I want you to listen for what you hear. I know, that sounds confusing. Listen for what you hear. What are the things that are making noises? What are the things that people are saying? Think about what you hear in this story, okay? And then pick one thing that stands out to you. All right, I'm going to read. Are you ready? A noisy healing. A reading from Mark. Coins clinked. Donkeys brayed. Friends shouted out across the street. Bartimaeus was blind, but he knew the sounds of Jericho well. Suddenly, the racket hushed. Bartimaeus heard footsteps coming close. A voice whispered, "Look, it's Jesus." Jesus can heal the sick, thought Bartimaeus. Jesus can return sight to people who are blind. Maybe Jesus could heal my eyes. How can I get his attention? He wondered. Bartimaeus waved his arms. "Jesus, have mercy on me," he called. A woman hushed him. "Bartimaeus, be quiet." Bartimaeus ignored the woman. He waved his arms faster and shouted louder, "Jesus, over here, please help. Have mercy on me." Jesus heard his name. He turned to look. "Who is calling me?" he asked. "It's just Bartimaeus. Don't pay any attention to him," a man said. But Jesus didn't listen. "Bartimaeus, I hear you. What do you want for me? What do you want me to do for you?" Bartimaeus sprang to his feet. He rushed to Jesus. "Jesus, please heal my eyes so I can see. I believe you can." Jesus smiled. "Because you believed, you can see. Your faith has made you well." Bartimaeus blinked his eyes. He saw the coins that clinked. He saw the donkeys that brayed. He saw the silent crowd. He saw Jesus smiling. Bartimaeus left Jericho and followed Jesus, loudly praising God the whole way. And then Ava and Otto say, "Everything would look so amazing if you suddenly regained your sight." And then Otto says, "Except for my room, my socks are everywhere." What did you think of that story? What are some things that you heard? I heard the crowd. I heard the coins, that's right. And the donkeys. Did you hear Bartimaeus shouting? And you heard Jesus talking back to him? Oh, I heard the woman say, "Shh, be quiet." Yeah. So this story is about how Bartimaeus, who is blind, meaning he can't see, but he uses his senses, one of his five senses, his hearing, and he pays really close attention to all the things he heard. And then when Jesus came to town, he was like, "I'm going to get his attention." Have you ever felt that way when something really good is about to happen and you're like, how do I get their attention? Or somebody cool is nearby and you want to talk to them? That's what Bartimaeus wanted. He just wanted to get close to Jesus, so maybe Jesus would heal him. And when Jesus says your faith made you well, because remember, he heals Bartimaeus, so he goes from being blind and not being able to see to being able to see. Could you imagine going from seeing nothing to seeing everything? I bet colors are so bright and so vibrant, don't you think? I bet green trees look really beautiful. So when Jesus told Bartimaeus, your faith has made you well, he's not saying that these people are somehow believed their way into wellness. Rather, he is declaring their wellness and making it happen for them. It's Jesus who heals and faith that receives that healing. So faith can make us well, which I love about this story. I love that Jesus heals Bartimaeus. I love that we get to hear every part of that. So now I want us to think about, when you think about maybe your school or the church, maybe the library, places that you go, how do they help people who can't see or who can't walk or who can't hear? Can you think of some things? I think about elevators. Elevators are a really great way to help people who use wheelchairs. If somebody who uses a wheelchair can't use the stairs, how do they get up? How do they make it to the second floor? They use an elevator or a ramp. If you can't use the stairs to get into the building and you use a wheelchair, you can use a ramp. How about a movie with subtitles? Have you ever watched a movie and the words are on the bottom of the screen? Yeah, that's for people who can't hear, right? So we make that accessible for somebody and they can enjoy a movie by reading subtitles. So there are lots of different things that we do to help people who are differently abled than us, right? And so the same story about Bartimaeus being blind, those are ways that we help people, right? If Bartimaeus was around today, we would help him if he were blind. So that is what Jesus does. He makes him well and he helps him, right? His faith has made him well. So that is our story for today. If you want to read it or follow along in your World Bible or another Bible, that is from Mark 10, and it's verses 52, I think, 46 to 52. So Mark 10, 46 to 52. All right, friends, that's our story. Till next time. See ya.